Hey y'all, it's Caitlyn, and I'm doing yet another Nightmare Before Christmas craft video. Am I doing a lot of them lately? Yes. Why? I like Nightmare Before Christmas. That's it. So I do have plans on doing other Halloween crafts, or at least one more craft. Hopefully within the month of October. We'll see. But I wanted to do a graveyard for a while, and of course, when I think graveyard in media, I think of Zero's doghouse / tombstone. So this is the Funko version that came out in 2018, it says. So at least that's when it said it was manufactured. And this is actually the chase. Actually, it's kind of dusty. It's been up on a shelf for a while. So this is the chase of it, actually. It glows in the dark. But what I am wanting to replicate is pretty much this onto here. There's going to be some differences, I will tell you right now. Because I'm thinking, instead of doing these lines, which I know that's, very, very Tim Burton-esque, what I kind of want to do is just do the paper towel, paper mache kind of thing. I don't know. But we're going to work on doing the doghouse first. That's the first thing we're gonna do. And for Zero itself, I'm using a bit of a cop-out and just going to use the pint-sized hero version of Zero that I have in my collection. So this is essentially the space that we're working with for the doghouse itself. I can't, well, maybe a little bit larger than that. So something similar to that kind of style, because I still want to do the, actually needs to be skinnier than that, doesn't it? So maybe this is the right one to use. But I want to go ahead and try to make that gate as well. I don't know about the stonework, but to do this, I'm actually going to be using foam paper. So what I'm wanting to do is go ahead and try to make, rough sketches of how big I want this thing to be and to cut it out. So my plan is to basically make the structure and then do the detail, so like the dog and the crossbones and Zero out, just sketch it on here. And then when I paint it and dry brush it, it'll bring that detail out, which foam very easily can be done. And then everything else, I don't know, we're just gonna have to wait and see how this comes out. I actually haven't used craft foam in a minute, so it's been a little bit. And I have to try also to keep it like proportion. Like, I think this is too small. Like, obviously Zero's a ghost. He's not supposed to fit necessarily in here, and with the Funko version, he definitely does not. And clearly, I am not using any form of measurement here. Would it be smart to? Absolutely. Am I gonna do that? Hell no. Okay, let's see if this hot glue gun is warmed up enough. I'll cut away the access of this platform once I'm done, and I will probably be putting something inside of here just to weigh it down. Okay, so all the bases are connected now. To just try my best to connect the sides together. I had to just go ahead and glue the outside. It'll look a little bit weird, but it's already oozing out a little bit. Maybe I can chip some of it away. It's a little crooked because, again, measuring is for losers, but it's looking okay. It's looking okay. And now it needs a roof. Alright guys, so to stabilize it, because you can see even with it like blowing with the wind a little bit as I block it, so it's, okay, there we go. It's a little wobbly because it's going to be hollow. So I want to put at least a little something in there to weigh it down. So I actually have some reject resin pieces. It's not super heavy, but at least it'll do something. And it's kind of fitting because some of these are jackets. I could just put some in the bottom, and I'm just gonna let that dice in there, or that die in there. And then I think maybe we don't need anything else. Okay guys, so I did a little bit of trimming. I made a little bit of a border around. Now I did screw up some on here. Like I didn't get this even, so my plan was to essentially engrave this so that I could just dry brush it later and add that deep look to it. I don't think that's gonna work now because of that. So I'm just gonna go ahead and paint it. And I also cut up some strips to be used for the gate in a little bit. But what I want to do next is go ahead, I'm gonna paint this, but then I also want to go ahead and add that paper mache to the ground first. I want to do that and then be able to glue this on top of here. So basically, I think I'm going to put it at this angle now and put some of those fencing up on this side and have this side be a little bit more hilly. So what I'm thinking about doing is taking these leftover scraps of foam and kind of gluing them onto themselves to make like a makeshift like square or something, and use that, like if you guys saw my Cubone video where I used scraps of tin foil to essentially make the cave and to make the little rocky areas, essentially the same thing except I'm making small little hills with foam. So I'm gonna have to glue these down. So my glue gun's back out. So basically all I'm going to be doing is putting a drop of glue onto some of these and kind of building it up. And I can also put the hot glue down for that as well. So let me just make like just some strips of hot glue and see if that'll help or not. If not, I can peel that off. Alright, so I have my black and my gray. One cool thing about doing all these Nightmare Before Christmas ones, I don't have to use a lot of colors. It's a very limited color palette unless you're like talking about Sally, which I haven't done any Sally stuff yet. Should I? Should I do something Sally related next? So yeah, it's gonna take a few layers to cover that. Okay guys, so I have the gate paint. It's gonna need some touch-ups here and there, but I got them at least a base coat on everything, as you can tell from my fingers. But now what I want to do is start painting a little bit of the detail on Zero's house. There we go. There's Zero's name. Now just for some final touches, and I'm going to test it out on the roof first, so get my paper towel here and try to do a teensy bit of dry brushing. Yeah, that's going to work. Just a bit, not a lot. So I'm going to go ahead and start with the crossbones. I try to make them pretty narrow, pretty close to the bottom so that I have plenty of room to work on the head. Okay, now it just needs the eyes after this gray dries, and then we'll be good. And then I am going to glue this on, and then it's time for the paper mache. You know what, guys? I never claimed not to be an idiot, because I was writing Zero with just regular paint and a toothbrush or a toothpick. I had my Posca paint pen right here, my black one. I could have just wrote it and it would have looked so much better. I am not smart, so I never claimed to be, but I did do the eyes with it. Oh, I'm stupid. But anyway, let me just go ahead. We're going to go ahead and super glue this house down. But, so I got some water. Got some paper towels to the side. Have some glue. Be very careful around the doghouse itself. And I'll put multiple layers up. Oh, wait a minute. I just realized something. I'm an idiot. I'm not supposed to be using paper towels. I'm supposed to be using toilet paper because it's less absorbent. I'm an idiot. Okay, hang on. Let me go grab some toilet paper. I was like, what's wrong? Why isn't it going down like it should? I'm an idiot. Hang on a second. Okay, I got toilet paper. You know, I feel valid in that mistake because I know I've seen Jazza do that same mistake on his channel, so I feel like validated almost. Oops. Okay, yeah, I don't think this sponge brush is gonna work just because it's so bulky, and I really have to keep in mind the doghouse. There we go. That's much better. Much better, Caitlyn. Okay, guys, so this is fully dried and sticking to the paper. We grab the gray paint. I'm gonna do exactly what we did for the house with the dry brushing, but I'm just gonna dry brush this whole ground just very lightly. All right, so let me give you guys a quick close-up. So here's how it's looking so far. All the edges, it's looking okay. So let's just go ahead and start placing some of these on it. And again, I will paint over these glue dollops and dry brush them as well. Okay, so I got all of the railing on there. This one is just a teensy bit too tall, so I'm gonna snip it right at the top and repaint that when I go back over everything. I kind of like that they're so uneven though. Like, is it super accurate to what I'm seeing on the Funko one? No, but at the same time I think it's kind of creepier that way. So let's see, how am I gonna do this now? It's definitely long enough that I could just go ahead and keep attaching it to each one. Okay, we're gonna try. Just going to put a very small amount here and here. Basically gonna have to go over the whole thing just like this, just doing it one or two at a time. That looks okay. That looks okay. And while we're at it, let's just go ahead and attach Zero. Because Zero we don't have to be painting, and I can paint the rest of this without worrying too much about them. So again, we're not fully done yet. It looks almost like we're done, but we're not. So I'm just gonna go over some of the hot glue dollops and where I can still see the white from the foam. Very, very lightly, I'm gonna go over, pretty much go top down with it, the dry brushing. All right, guys, I think that is it. I think this turned out pretty damn good, if I do say so myself. Could the house be a little bit more better just in general? Yeah, if I made it out of clay or something and I really took my time and actually measured and stuff, it would have looked a lot better. But this is really cool looking. I mean, come on. This is very cute. The only thing that isn't put on there is the stonework. That should be in this corner if you compare it to the Funko. I guess, okay, there, that's the way. So those bricks, that stonework isn't there in mine. Or are the little like weeds there. Or the layers of dust for this being on the shelf for so long. But honestly, I'm very happy with this. I am. This is not, you know, something to be sold. If it was something that I was planning on selling, I'd probably be a little bit more particular about how it looked, and I probably wouldn't have made this out of foam. The fencing, I think, looks fine made out of foam. This, I probably would have tried making it out of clay, because there's definitely some gaps and some ugly spots. But for me, trying to do a very quick craft just for me, I think it's good. Let me know what you guys think. Am I gonna take a break from Nightmare Before Christmas? I think so. I will be doing some more Christmas stuff. I will be doing just some different stuff. I do still want to do my own monster before October ends. I don't know if that's gonna happen. We'll see. But anyway, guys, let me know what you guys think about Zero's doghouse here. And remember, y'all, like always, it's a community, not competition. I'll see y'all later. Bye.